And welcome to episode whatever, I believe it's 5 of Shoe Booty Sports. This is Graham Powell with your host, with co-host Bradley Brown.
Bradley
And-
Brown.
And this week we are starting off with World Series. We haven't opened the show with baseball, but it's the World Frickin' Series. So currently,
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time to lead off with it.
It is. Well, the Astros scored, so
That's what I was just checking out.
90.
But yeah, it looks like the Braves came to play though. What's the
They
score?
did. 98% of America booed a little bit on that score, I'm sure, but because Houston is like what, the third largest city in the country, so
Sure.
they probably it's 2%.
Third largest?
Pretty sure, yeah. Pretty certain.
Okay. No.
Like LA, they're not. I mean, it's LA, New York, and then who?
Chicago?
I mean, Chicago's up there, but I think Houston might have them beat. It's worth a Google. Somebody can give it a Google. Fact check it.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not either. Colonel Sanders in the background.
It's in the top 10. So
it's top 5. It's definitely top 10.
Well, I'm going for facts. It's a fact that's in the top 10.
I'm not a
sure.
Dodgers fan, but we all wanted to see Dodgers Astros, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Everybody outside of Atlanta, just kind of the revenge factor thing. But I mean, the Braves are legit. I haven't followed baseball as closely as I did in 2011, but but yeah, I mean the Braves to me are the Braves. Like I know it's not the same group from the 90s, but I didn't like the Braves growing up in the 90s because the Braves were always the team that would get to the World Series and lose to whatever American League team came out. Except for that one year they beat like Cleveland or somebody. Probably Cleveland, right?
I don't know.
It was probably Cleveland. We'll say it was Cleveland.
Yeah.
So the Braves, I don't know. They were amazing in the night, amazing pitching trio, Glavine, Smoltz, Maddox, but obviously a very different team that I haven't followed, but they've made noise throughout the playoffs, up 5-1 in the bottom of the fourth now. Of course, Houston has 2 on, so they could do some damage here, but I mean, we're all rooting for the Braves, right?
Agreed.
But yeah, like as mentioned before, we went live. I saw a lot of Houston gear in the Houston airport a couple of weeks ago, but that's about it as far as who's rocking Houston gear right now. Not hating on Houston itself as a city, but Frosty Diet root beer, by the way. But yeah, I mean, sign stealers, cheaters.
Like I said, they probably stole all that gear you saw them wearing. So
Yeah, true that. Now I'm not all just. I don't know. I'm for everything doing it the right way. It's I don't know, sign stealing and whatever they did. I don't know too much about it, but
they got caught. Yeah.
Houston's good enough as it is, and they don't need that much more help. But I don't know. Do as far as seeing the Braves do, I would still say Houston's got to be the favorite, but I mean Atlanta. I didn't think they would beat LA, and here we are. So we'll see what happens. Go Braves. Be about the only time I say that, but rock on.
Give a little tomahawk chop.
Yeah. Do they do that too, or is that just Florida State?
Yeah, they do that too. Think, right? Or am I thinking about the Indians?
I don't. Do the Indians?
Or now am I being racist?
Or did? Well, yeah. Are they? Well, are they still technically the Cleveland Indians? Have they changed it yet to the?
Yeah, they're the Guardians now.
Okay. Yeah, lame name, but I don't know.
Eh,
But yeah, I want to say the Braves did do that. They do that chant. So, but
it's pretty common.
I
It's
know
fun.
Florida State does it. It's dope when Florida State does it. It was back when they were good. It's not as big of a deal now, but it was a big deal when they were a big deal. Okay, into the fourth. Braves 5-1 going into the fifth. So, yeah, we haven't watched baseball really all year. Followed it here and there, but it's the World Series. You got to pay attention to the World Series. So, we'll watch a little bit of it. Probably watch a little bit of it when we hop off of here and maybe pick back up on it next week.
What is it on Fox?
Yes. Probably got Joey B calling it. Like, are you like, who's Joey B, or were you able to piece that?
No. No. Nope.
No to which? You don't know who Joey B is?
Yes, I know who Joey V is.
Who's Joey B?
Joey V. He's an announcer on. He's an announcer on TV.
What's his name?
Jimmy V. You just said.
Did you say Jim Valva? Did you say Jimmy V? Like Jim Valvano? Yeah, he got that stare. We got him on live Shoe Booty Sports. Everybody, Joe Buck. I mean, nobody's called him Joey B. I wouldn't expect you to know that.
No. Oh, Valvano. Yeah.
All right. Well, that concludes my coverage of baseball. Of baseball, the World Series, because I know we got a couple Razorbacks pitching for opposing teams, but as far as everything else,
got an old coworker. My old coworker Drew Smiley. He's pitching. Forgot about that. Used to sling chicken at Slim Chickens back in the day.
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, I used to tell him to make sauce. Actually, I didn't. I just said, "What's up?" See, he's like, "Yeah, man, I play baseball." I was like, "Nah, for real. What do you do?" Because he's just like a tall beanpole. It's like, "No, for real." It's like, "No, I play baseball for the Hogs." I'm like, "Really?
Okay.
Why are you working at Slim Chickens?"
Yeah.
Yeah, he was cool. He worked there for one summer. I mean, it's not like we were best buds or anything, but he's a cool guy.
Right on. Well,
and it's cool. I think this is his second World Series, though. I think he made it there with the Tigers a couple of years back. So, well,
maybe.
more than a couple of years back, but
maybe I'll take your word for it. Who's the one for the Astros? It's another pitcher. Dallas something.
Damn it. I don't know. I'm going blank.
We pick good times to go blank on this.
Well, we do it so late at night, we do it prime time when we're, just fully awake.
Yeah.
Got the whole day ahead of us.
I was asleep. Yeah. Right before this. So, and don't have coffee, but I got my Frosty Diet root beer. So. Well, I did not work with anybody on the Braves or the Astros. So, I did work with a guy who got me this T-shirt. Beer Stops Here. His own brand that he started. So, shout out to Beer Stops Here. Comfortable shirt, by the way. Also, shout out to Rhino Races, our sponsor for this podcast. Rhino Races is a virtual race series. They offer 5 different races: a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, a marathon, and a unique challenge called the Rhino Ultra. So run it anytime, anywhere. Sign up, and then run it anytime, anywhere. Track it with your fitness app. Submit your results on their website at rhinoraces.com. Visit rhinoraces.com for details. All right, so we will go from that and dive into, well, let's talk about NBA hoops a little bit. Just because it's the NBA. It's kind of, it's already dramatic. It's been dramatic before the season even started. The whole thing with Kyrie and the vaccine.
Yeah,
So is he just going to sit out? He's like, I mean, he's that committed.
I think so.
Like, I mean,
He's
I
standing his
understand.
ground, which respect.
I
It's
mean,
his
I
personal
understand.
choice.
Yeah, but it's a personal choice that's going to cost him a lot of money. So,
No,
I mean, I'm not here to just promote, to shove the vaccine down your throat, but if I made I got it just so I could go to Chicago and run a race and also had a COVID unit on my floor. So it just seemed like, I probably need to get the vaccine. I don't really want that COVID thing. It kicked my brother's ass. So it just seemed like a good idea to me. But to each their own. But I would think if somebody was, if I had a multi-million-dollar contract getting paid, I don't know if he's got the max. Surely he's got the max, right? If I was
I
getting
would
that,
think.
yeah, if I was getting that every year, I think that, yeah, I would just bite the bullet and swallow my pride a little bit and get the vaccine. But everybody else on the team has got it. So because yeah, New York City has a mandate. You got to have it. And I don't know. I guess he's just gonna. So is he just done? Is he done playing or what?
I don't know. Maybe he's just sitting it out until I think he's thinking they might change their mind, or maybe COVID just all of a sudden disappears. I don't know. I don't know what his game plan is. I haven't talked to his agent today, so I have no idea what he's thinking.
Well, I sent him a tweet about it. He hasn't responded. So
He's usually pretty quick about responding to tweets, at least mine.
not mine. He usually just you know philosophize about things. So, but I don't know. I mean, I think honestly, I kind of think Brooklyn could win it without him, as long as they stay healthy, which isn't easy to do, of course, in an 82 game season. They do have some aging players. Um, yeah, but I mean, all I don't know. All they've looked good. I mean, it's Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is the best basketball player in the world right now.
Yeah,
He's
right
bet
now, yeah.
he's better than LeBron, and he has been since last year.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Durant won the Olympic gold medal. Like, did you watch any of the Olympic hoops?
I watched, I think, a little bit of the silver and gold, or the semis and the finals. I watched. I
Yeah.
don't know if I watched the complete game, but
Well, Kevin Durant won the Olympic gold medal. He put that team on his back. I mean, there were some nice players, that played well. Like Tatum played well. There was a handful of others. Dame wasn't that impressive to me during the Olympics. He wasn't Dame. Um, Kevin Durant was just the man. I mean, he was the man during that whole run, and he's the man now. I mean, he is the guy in the NBA. So I know there's Giannis, and Giannis is doing great things. He's being Giannis. He's the champ and all that. But Kevin Durant's the best basketball player in the world. And him and Harden are starting to click. They're starting to get it together, and they will get it together. It's just, can those guys stay healthy? But I think they can win it without. I think they're good enough with the other guys in the lineup and some of the players off the bench. I think they're good enough. I mean, it's Durant and Harden, and you've got
yeah.
Blake Griffin on that team. You've got LaMarcus Aldridge on that team. Those guys can stay healthy. That's good enough to win a championship.
Yeah. Agreed.
As far as the Lakers, did you see when we got off of here last night? You didn't. I'm guessing you didn't see any of their game against the Warriors.
No, because I didn't even know they played the Warriors. The only thing I've seen about the Lakers over the past couple of days, AD and freaking
You're lagging a little bit.
Dwight
so-
Howard. That was the little scuffle between Dwight Howard and AD. That was the only thing I seen concerning the Lakers. That and they started off 0-2 to start off the season. But
So the scuffle.
scuffle.
Uh,
Yeah.
who would win that, AD or Dwight? Like if they really got mad, who would win that?
Man, I think I'd have to take Superman. Like, I don't know. He just looks like he's got, I don't know. He's looking like he's a little bit more mean than that, and he's a little bit older, so he's probably, I don't know, got a
think
little bit of
Dwight
old man strength.
You think Dwight Howard's a little more mean? That's the thing. Dwight Howard's not a fighter. He's like a funny guy. He's laid back. He don't want to fight. Like I think if they like
AD is
really, I think if they like really threw down and like both were mad, I think Dwight would probably kick his ass. But like AD would be the one that wanted to fight, if that makes sense.
But yeah, it makes sense.
So,
But yeah, I'm going with Dwight.
I don't know. I would
boxing, maybe AD. I don't know.
Well, it's not boxing. I mean, they're not. Yeah, they're
Hey,
not.
you
putting
didn't
on
specify.
Gloves. They're not putting on gloves.
You didn't specify.
I
Hey,
mean,
bare knuckle
street,
boxing.
street fight. Yeah. I mean, if he that's the thing. I could see Dwight just being like, I don't want to fight, and he might take a lick or two before throwing one or something, and then it's just that's it. They split up or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like Dwight would have to be mad for to like, and it'd be like hard to get him mad.
And you should have seen what started it too. Like, I think Dwight got up from his chair and like AD just like put his hand on him. He's like, "Touching me for? Get off me!" And then all hell broke loose.
Dwight did that. He was like, "What are you touching me for?"
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'd have to go back and look at it. Okay, maybe Dwight can get mad. I don't know. Well, the Lakers, though, I mean, Charles Barkley said it best. Like the Lakers would be have an amazing team if it was 2010. Yes.
Man, I wish I could remember what he said the other night. Something about the bench full of old men or something like that.
That's why he makes
Man.
That's why he makes the big bucks, man.
Great.
He is
Great.
amazing. He's amazing. I wish NBA. Yeah, I wish. I don't know, the whatever they call it on TNT. Just those guys. I wish. I wish.
Pretty sure it's just called NBA on TNT, right?
No, they call it something in particular. But Captain drawing a blank tonight.
I don't know. It's some of the best TV that's on.
I wish it was a year-round show. I mean, I would tune in, but they'd have to pay Chuck even a lot more money than that to be year-round. So, but it's great. But he's right. I mean, look at that lineup. I mean, Carmelo Anthony is on the team. Did you see his free throw gap against the Warriors though?
Oh yeah, a little pump fake.
Yeah,
He does
like,
that.
what the hell? He was even like, what the hell? I don't know.
A veteran at that, man. Like
he was just
man.
like, I don't know. He at least laughed. I mean, it was funny, but between that and Westbrook and DeAndre Jordan, Dwight Howard, I don't know. Like AD is he's one of the younger guys on the team, and he's a seasoned veteran at this point. So I think it's going to kind of be that way for that group all year. You got a bunch of you got a bunch of stars and some former stars that aren't as big as stars anymore. And one basketball. So there's probably going to be a lot of that, especially when things don't go well. But The Lakers will be intriguing all year just for stuff like that. I see that happening more than once. It'll obviously be more than once, but it'll be consistent. I think whenever things aren't going well.
Yeah,
There's
as long as
probably
AD stays healthy, man, they'll be all right. We all seen what happens when he doesn't. Playoffs
Yeah.
last year, it wasn't pretty. But
No, it was. I mean, they ran. I don't know. They ran into a hot Phoenix Suns team last year, so it wasn't all them. I mean, the Suns. First two games of the finals looked like they were going to win it. So I wasn't. I didn't necessarily think that was a bad loss, especially since LeBron AD sat out. I think felt like the last several weeks, heading into the playoffs, which you just can't do. You can't just walk in and even if you're those two and win a playoff basketball game against the top seed, but or one of the top seeds if they weren't. But as far as hoops go, yeah, the Bucks are the Bucks. No news there. Nets are going to get it together. We think they can. I think they can win it all without Kyrie if they stay healthy. Lakers are going to be a mess for a while. It looks like they'll get in the playoffs. They'll compete, but I don't see them coming out of the West. So
they're going to win it all this year. Just watch.
the Lakers. I mean, it's possible. It's the Lakers. It's LeBron and AD, and you got some talent around them. So, and Rondo's back. Yeah, forget about Rondo being back.
Yeah, he's a pretty good piece to get back.
Yeah, he was pivotal though in their run. I do like Rondo, but all right. So football now. So are the Cardinals for real yet? Or there's still people that are just you just don't believe in them. I don't know.
I believe in them.
Yeah, I would say I don't know. I think the Cardinals are. I mean, they're legit, but are they closer to favorites or are they closer to Dallas? Dak and Zeke's rookie year when they were 13-3 and like the top seed coming out of the NFC. To where you knew, like, okay, yeah, these guys are up and coming, but we don't see them winning it all this year.
Too early to tell on that one, I'd say. But.
Yeah, I mean they've got an aggressive GM who realized it's not working with my current coach and current quarterback, Rosen, and he just scrapped it and went and got a new coach and went and drafted Kyler Murray. And now he's built and then he went and got a lot of veteran pieces around him on both sides of the ball. JJ Watt, on the defensive side, go out and get Hop. I mean, they are building the team around him now, or Kyler Murray. So they're fun to watch. I mean, Kyler Murray is impressive. Throws a beautiful ball. Eludes out of the pocket, makes it look super easy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I like the Cardinals. I like what they're doing. Do I believe they're gonna do I believe they're gonna be a Super Bowl team? I don't know. I still don't believe it.
Well, they'll get a real quick test here on Thursday. They're playing the Packers.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be a fun Thursday night game to watch.
I didn't even realize it until a couple minutes ago. Yeah, that should be a pretty fun game. But it is a home game for Arizona, so.
Well, the Packers are clicking right now, although they're not going to have any receivers. It looks like. Not only is the one stud, in the receiving core, Adams is on the COVID list. But
well, I mean, Tanyan, he tore it up this past week. You still have Valdez Scantling and who's the other the other
Exactly.
kids.
I don't know who any of those people
They
are.
they always seem to step up though. Like this seems to happen every year.
Aaron
It
Rodgers
happened
made
last year.
Aaron Rodgers made Jordy Nelson like a
Oh, dude,
fantasy stud.
yeah. Just throw
Where-
some
where
stick 'em on
else would it-
somebody's hands, and Aaron will pitch you right there.
It's like, where else would Jordy Nelson have been a stud? You know?
Hey, this might be a Randall Cobb, his time to shine coming up.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be it. Lazard is on the COVID list now, too.
Lazard, that's who I was thinking of.
Well, he's not playing
Lazard.
Thursday.
Well,
So,
yeah, thanks, Sherlock.
so I mean, well, who's he going to throw to? Valdez Scaffolding
Yes,
and
and Randall Cobb and
I know
Tanyan. Was it Robert Tanyan, the tight end?
Did you just make that up?
No, he scored 2 touchdowns this past week. Pretty sure.
I feel like you just made that up.
Because I started Adams in daily fantasy, and that dude robbed 2 of my touchdowns. So yeah, I knew about him.
Okay. So it's like, I don't know, it kind of sounds like a made up name. Robert
It is
Tanyan.
Tanyan. Yeah.
It's like Blake Bortles. It sounds like a made up name. Like,
That most definitely is a made up name.
who's your cook? Blake Bortles. So we're sure that Robert Tanyan is not a made up receiver for the Packers.
Positive.
You can confirm this. All right. Well, okay. So Robert Tanyan and Scaffolding. Who else is Rodgers going to throw to?
Yeah, Robert Tanyan, football tight end. That's what Google says.
Oh, so he's not even a receiver. He's a tight end.
He can throw it to Jones. I mean, hit Jones coming out of the backfield.
I was going to say James Jones hasn't been on the team since like mid 20 teens. Donald Driver is no longer with the team. Although he was mostly the Favre years. And Greg Jennings. So you think they'll call up Greg Jennings, see if he wants to play?
Well, they're gonna call it. I heard they're calling it Brett Favre, see if he wants to run it tight end.
Brett can't take any more hits.
But sure he can. Put on some Tommy Copper or whatever the hell he advertises.
Tommy Copper. Where did Tommy come from?
What's in that? What it is?
Tommy Copper.
What is it?
No, it's
what
not.
Is it?
It's not Tommy Copper. I know that. Copper Tone, or is that the sun? Or is that the
suntan lotion? Dude, you okay?
Copper Fit. That's it.
Dude, there's Tommy Copper socks, man.
Isn't it? No, it's not Brett Favre. You just staring at your phone.
It's I swear, yeah, it's
Copper Fit.
It's copper compression. But I swear at one point,
it is.
I swear at one point it was Tommy Copper.
It's never been Tommy
Copper. I swear.
You swearing.
Hey man.
Just don't swear to God, because you might pray for forgiveness. Yes, Copper Fit.
Ain't no Copper Tone.
Well, maybe. Probably not in Green Bay right now. Maybe, it's a day game.
Time's up. We wasted too much time on something that serves no purpose to our conversation, I don't think. We're talking, yeah.
It's
yeah. We were talking Cardinals, Packers, and now we're talking
scaffolding,
compression socks, and scaffolding.
And Donald Driver found a way into this podcast. So,
oh man.
So
see what else. What's else going on in the old NFL?
Well,
Any
that'll be. I mean,
rounds?
that's got to be the game of the week, though, right? Thursday night.
Well, yeah, I don't know what else.
There's
What
not
else
a
would
bigger
be?
game than that. Yeah, there can't be.
Uh,
Cowboys play again. It'd be interesting to see how Dak is, how he's doing since the last throw of the game. I don't know,
man,
man. Dak's. I can't say
there's
I'm a
the Cowboys
Cowboys fan, but
Vikings. That might be a fun game to watch. Other than that, it all looks like crap. Well, Giants Chiefs might be fun as bad as the Chiefs are playing.
well, how bad was that hit Patrick Mahomes took though? That was
Oh,
bad.
dude, that
That
was
looked
scary.
that looked gross. Yeah, that
Like
hurt me
no,
just watching it, and he did not look all there.
no, that was instant. What happened? Like, yeah,
I wasn't even worried about the concussion thing. Like he looked a little concussed after, but it just looked the way he bent. Just I mean, human anatomy isn't meant to go that direction.
I was worried about the concussion. It's just like,
Well, yeah, I was after, but just the way he was just twisted and just contorted, just he bent in the opposite direction he was supposed to. That's what somebody that had a neck injury though, myself, that was the first thing that stood out to me was
yeah,
that looked rough. But yeah, I don't know about the Chiefs, man. They're not. I mean, we're 7 games in, so
yeah.
this is who they are.
Not,
Like we're not a
yeah,
couple game. We're not that shakeout game that Rodgers had against the Saints. We're 7 games in. This is just who they are right now. They're
yeah, they're riddled with injuries, and yeah,
they're not good defensively. They're still not good up front or good enough. And I mean, Mahomes is running around. I mean, he's playing intramural football out there, just running around. And oh, there's the open guy. Let me throw it back to the middle of the field as he's rolling left or rolling right. This is just who they are right now. I mean, are they going to miss the playoffs? Playoffs?
I don't know, man. Probably they still got a chance in there,
Well, they
right?
definitely
Make
still got a
playoffs.
chance. I mean, it's still
I
early.
mean,
They of course got a
you see the
chance.
I mean, who else? I mean, Broncos gonna do any better than them? Freaking,
I mean, yeah, they could get in. I mean, absolutely, but they could also. It's just weird to think that the Chiefs could actually miss the playoffs. I mean, they're 3-4.
yeah, yeah, they're looking like the Chiefs of old, man. Freaking,
I don't know, man. Even the Chiefs, even when they had Trent Green as quarterback, they went 8-0, and then stopped winning. But the Chiefs always kind of start off hot, even when they're not that good, and then they just kind of fizzle out. Mahomes changed that, but I don't know, they just don't look very good. They got some talented skill players, but lack protection up front. Defense is very suspect.
yeah,
The Bucks look like the champs. Cardinals look really good. Packers look really good since week 1.
Bills
Since
look
after
really
week 1.
good. Rams look really good.
Yeah, minus Josh Allen slipping. I mean, they would have won that game.
Yeah, yeah, that was terrible.
But
Terrible.
I mean, the Bills are they're not really just blowing teams out of the water though. I mean, they look really good at times, but they're not just blowing teams away either. So I don't see the Bills. A lot of people are talking Bills, early, not necessarily favorites, but best team in the league. I don't see that. I think they're about what they were last year.
Can be, man. They're just, for me, they every time I watch them, man, you're getting something different. They're too inconsistent for me. Like,
Yeah, I mean that's kind of they were. Yeah, I mean they were pretty consistent last year, but they would kind of lose games like that. But yeah, they are. They're pretty inconsistent, but definitely, I don't know. Bucks still look like the team to beat to me.
Yeah.
Despite, and that's the thing, they don't have a secondary right now. Gronk is still out, but doesn't need to come back yet. I don't want to say they're doing just fine without him. Of course, they'd love to have him, but they are. I mean, they're winning games, and they. I mean, they're just. I mean, they don't have a secondary. I mean, they are just riddled with injuries, and they're still finding ways to eke it out. So,
Oh, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, heck of a coaching staff. I mean, that's a fun coaching staff. Arians and Todd Bowles on defense.
As we say, defensive coordinator is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, they're finding a way, and that's just what you got to do sometimes, and they are doing it. But what other NFL news are we skipping or missing out on?
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing's really coming to mind.
I'm checking the score of the World Series game.
I mean, it's still 5-1.
Yeah, same
top
score,
of the
top
six.
6.
Man, last night's game was it was a little on the lame side. The Seahawks and Saints.
Yeah, I didn't even
But-
watch the game, but I saw the score, and it just made me realize I'm glad I didn't watch it.
Yeah, man, it's Seahawks minus Russell Wilson. Do not recommend watching. It's just not fun.
Yeah, well, Geno Smith at quarterback. Definitely not Russell. Definitely not Russell Wilson.
Definitely not Russell Wilson. I mean, he's not going to. I mean, hell, he don't get. This is his first game experience in what? How many seasons?
I'd forgotten he was in the league.
I did too.
He took over. They played the Thursday night. They played the Thursday night game a couple weeks back. When it was my first night in Chicago. We got in, we checked in, we got our stuff in. And then we were like, okay, it's time to go get some dinner. And we walked downtown to this Irish pub of all places to get some food. Ballin' food, by the way. Shout out to Timothy O'Toole's. But yeah, we sat down. They just had games everywhere, and that was the main game on. They had those tennis ball uniforms, so it really stood out. And I saw Russell Wilson, just like looking at his finger, and then I saw the guy in the game. And I was like, "Who's that?" And I was trying to figure out who it is forever because you're in a pub, so there's a bunch of people around. It's loud. You can't hear what anybody's saying on TV. But then I just eventually learned it was Geno Smith, and I was like, "Oh, Geno, okay. I didn't know he was still in the league. Cool. All right, right on." So
good for him, yeah.
Yeah. But if that's who your quarterback is, you're probably going to have some games like that. You're just trying to hold it together until Russ comes back, but who knows?
At least they were in it. I mean, they had a shot until the end, I guess, but
yeah, well,
it wasn't. It was a little on the boring side.
Well, one thing we can touch on is Deshaun Watson trade deadline was it today or is it Thursday?
Next week.
Okay. Well,
next week.
Teams are definitely interested, and the Dolphins are included in that, and it's no secret anymore.
Have you heard anything about? I mean, his stuff? What's his legal trouble? I mean, is he still?
Well, it's still up in the
them
air.
Off or what?
It's still up in the air. I mean, that's the thing. Nobody knows, but that's how bad people want a quarterback. They're kind of willing to roll the dice right now. They're kind of in panic mode. But the Dolphins have clearly decided Tua is not the guy. And even though he played, I mean, he wasn't the problem this past week. I mean, he He's had a couple of really bad interceptions within recent weeks, but
Yeah.
they've clearly decided. I mean, there's nothing special about Tua. I mean, there's just not at this level. Just not. I mean, just not a strong arm, small guy, injury prone. I think they decided. I think they knew it, but just were kind of holding out hope because they were sniffing around the Watson thing weeks ago.
And he's still on his rookie contract, right? I mean, he's not got a restructured deal or anything else.
No,
he's on the rookie. He's still on the rookie max or whatnot.
He's not gotten
So.
he's not gotten a deal, but Dolphins have decided he's not the guy. It's just if it's not Watson, they're going to get somebody else sooner or later. So, but Panthers are also interested. You can see why. The Darnold thing was a cool little story for the first 3 games, but it's been downhill ever since.
Yeah.
But Watson is an upgrade for any of those teams as long as he gets on the field. So that's the thing.
I did see Cam Newton's name pop up for possible job opening somewhere for the Browns. I can't see him in a Browns jersey.
Was it the Browns?
Yeah, which, I mean, hell, the Browns still won with their backup in. I mean, do they need him? I mean, I don't think it's worth going and signing a guy for a week or two if Baker's just going to be back out there. You know,
I saw him pop up for somebody else.
He's just going to be out there handing candy to trick or treaters. I mean, come on.
I thought it was Seattle that was interested in Cam.
And the one I seen today was Cleveland, but I could see Seattle.
Seattle would make a lot more sense.
Yeah, it would, considering how not so great Geno looked.
Well, and just look at the offense. I mean, Russ is a throw first guy, but Russ can run and he can escape out of the pocket and make throws on the run. That would be more suited to Cam and Pete Carroll than Cleveland would. But so
and it'll help them run the ball too, since they're thin on the running back position there. Pretty much all they have is Collins and who was there? Who's the other running back? Like,
because Carson's hurt, so
Carson's hurt, but it's some other. Yeah, I'm blanking out. Yeah,
you can make up a name like Robert Tonyan or Scaffolding, Valdez Scaffolding, or something like that. There's that
Jimmy Valvano. Yeah.
Well, may he rest in peace, Jim Valvano. But yeah, I could see him in Seattle. I could see that working. Even if it's for just a handful of weeks or whatever, but it's better than sitting at home, and he could actually, I don't know. I think that would be a good fit for Cam, but I was intrigued by the Belichick thing, but I didn't think it was a good fit for Cam Newton. I mean, Cam Newton and Belichick, I mean, that just...
The best thing that came out of Cam Newton going to New England was Bill Belichick's nickname. Do you remember what he said last year? No. $dollar bill.
Okay, no, I don't remember.
That's what Cam called Belichick.
I really kind of wanted that. I mean, Mac Jones is clearly the guy and better suited for that coach and that organization. But just the way that they kind of run things. But I don't know. I kind of wanted it to work, but I like Cam. I want to see him do well. I mean, he's not going to start in Seattle, obviously, long term, but he's better than he can go in and do better than Geno, I would think. But
yeah. Speaking of New England, how about our boy Hunter Henry? 4 weeks in a row touchdown catches. Been pretty good. He's earning some of that money he's getting paid.
Yeah. I mean, I figure that would be a good fit for him as long as he could.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, him and Johnny Smith, man. I mean,
don't know that you made up.
No, come on, man.
You just picked the two most normal.
He killed it. No, he killed it for the Titans last year.
The most common names in the
Johnu is
America.
common.
They said Johnny.
Johnny.
Hey, Johnny Smith. Don't to Johnny. Throw to Johnny.
It's Johnny's fault.
That's why I come up here.
Came up here to talk to Johnny. You anybody seen Johnny?
Hey, Johnny. We used to tear it up on the town. Yeah.
Pay the town red, Johnny.
So John Smith. Okay, I know who you're talking about now. I heard Johnny.
And I mumble quite a bit, so and I'm probably lagging on my fast internet connection.
It wasn't the lagging. I just heard Johnny. Brady threw 600 touchdown pass number 600. What'd you think about the fan? What'd you think about the fan giving it back right away?
He probably, I think he had a little bit too much to drink because he didn't really recognize what he was holding there. But Brady is a good sport. I think he's going to give him quite a bit of memorabilia autographed, and somebody was saying something about him giving him a full Bitcoin. So
yeah, like
that'd be pretty cool.
Worth 63,000. I don't know anything about Bitcoin, but I know it's a big thing.
No,
see, here's my take on it. Like, I put myself in that scenario. I get the ball, and I got Bucks people coming up to me like, "Hey, this is Brady's 600 touchdown ball." You know, I mean, I'd probably hand it over too. You know, I'd just be like,
"Yeah, I'd be super excited and just here you go." But yeah, they're also going to get to meet. They're also going to get to meet him and stuff too. So I mean, yeah, that'd be worth it just to meet the guy, get some pictures and some autographs.
See, here's the thing. Yeah, they say it's going to be like the ball itself though would have been worth like
stupid
anywhere between like $500,000 to $750,000. So I don't know that meeting Brady is worth that. It's not. But what are you gonna do? Be like, it's my ball, you know.
Taking my ball and going home.
Yeah, like it's mine. I'm taking it out of here and I'm gonna go put it on eBay for $2 million. Like, what's the guy supposed to do? You know what I mean?
You're supposed to give it to you're supposed to give it to Tom Brady.
Yeah, like I mean, like what's the guy supposed to do? Like, no, this is my ball. He handed it to me. Mike Evans handed it to me. It's mine. Yeah, like what grown man? I mean, he could have done that, but who in the moment is going to do that? You know, I would have been like, yeah, good point. It's Brady's ball. Here you go. Like,
there'd be a GIF of him online right now and like posters up. Have you seen this man? We need Brady's ball back. He would not be hearing the end of it.
Yeah, well, people around him would have been like, I would have been if that would have happened around me, and the guy would have been like, no, it's mine. I would have been like, this is kind of this D bag, you know.
My idiot self would have been thinking, of course, probably a couple of beers in. Oh man, I bet if I can get that ball and get it to Brady, I bet I can get some free shit. And I would try and steal that ball from the guy.
Snag it from him. Yeah.
And then jump on the field so the guy could. So
I probably would have just sat there and been like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." Like, yeah, you should give it back. It's Brady's, you know, whatever. But
there probably would have been a chant started too. Give it back. Give it back.
Oh, and a lot of curse words in between. Give him the effing ball back, all that. But allegedly. I don't know. Like, people were ripping on him just because, like, yeah, he should have held it. And yeah, in hindsight, I guess he should have. But I mean, who in the moment is thinking that? Like, he didn't go into that game thinking, dude, I bet there's a chance I get Brady's 600 touchdown ball. like Mike Evans is probably going to be the one to catch it, and they're going to come hand it to me. You know, like what's he supposed to do there? So
go buy a lottery ticket if he's that good.
Yeah. Yeah, meeting Brady, getting some Bitcoin, all that would have been cool, but $500,000 sounds better to me, but you know. But I would have done the same thing.
I mean, he could not cash in that Bitcoin and it could theoretically get to $500,000. I mean,
yeah, maybe. Who knows?
But Somehow we're talking about crypto, but all right.
I don't know anything about it, but that's how we're talking about it. It's relative. They're going to give the guy some Bitcoin. So, it's related. We didn't jump off topic. Hey, a Lakers highlight. Westbrook steal sets up sweet DeAndre Jordan alley-oop. And yes, this is still 2021.
I thought you were gonna say Westbrook steals and doesn't pass.
I mean, that probably happened too. But see, that's kind of the thing about Westbrook. Everything they say about him is correct, but there's this. I hear people pile on that he wasn't any good in the 2012 finals where they lost to Miami. And I'm like, Westbrook was the best player on the floor for the Thunder.
Yeah. Who else did he have with him? Because that was after KD left, and that was after.
No, they had no. That's when they were the most lit they could have been. It was KD, Westbrook, and
Is
Harden.
it that whenever they had Harden and KD? Okay, well, yeah, they should have. Yeah, that was stupid.
I thought the Thunder were better going into that series. I thought they were better in the Heat. And then
that year,
Mike
for
Miller
those couple of years,
didn't miss. Yeah, Mike Miller didn't miss in that last game. But now Westbrook was the best player on the floor for the Thunder that whole series, and people just ripped him, like they blamed him. Like he made a statement kind of coming into the Lakers like he's like the NBA's villain or something. I'm like, he's not the villain, you know. He's not a bad guy.
He probably got confused. Probably thought they were talking about his role in Space Jam too.
Did you watch that?
He's a villain. Yeah, he's a villain in that, I think.
You're like, yeah, I watched that. You didn't watch it?
Yeah, dude. It's came out during COVID. And I don't have cable.
Space Jam 2 came out during COVID. Well, I mean, it did come out. It didn't come out like during like when everything was shut down. It's been fairly recent. It came out.
At the beginning of the summer, right?
The timeline is all like interesting. Yeah, that's when Harden and then left, right? Yeah. No, that's when they were the best they were going to be. When Harden left, though, when Harden left, you knew it was over. Like if they couldn't win it with Harden, they're not going to win it with just KD and Russ. Although they came close to getting to the finals a couple times, but no, if they couldn't do it with Harden, I was like, they're not going to do it without him. But original point was Westbrook was the best player on the Thunder for that whole series, and he became the scapegoat as to why they didn't win it. I'm like, we're just gonna not talk about how KD wasn't that impressive. Like, I mean, he wasn't KD during those finals. I mean, to the standard that I hold him to and that others hold him to as the best player in the world currently, he didn't show up the way he's capable in those finals. So, I mean, you got to tip your hat off to the Heat too, but the whole point of it was that wasn't Westbrook's fault, but of that series. But kind of everything they've said about him since is pretty true, you know, for the most part. But he doesn't necessarily if he's your top guy, you're in trouble. As your third best player, we're kind of seeing how that's unfolding right now. They've still yet to gel. And
did they win tonight? Their game should be about over.
Should it? I mean, being on the West Coast, I've not seen any scores. Oh, overtime.
Oh, dang. Say they came back. Yeah, they're up by 2 with 55 seconds left.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, there you go.
You go. Warriors won again, so it's kind of weird. The Warriors are going to be like the team not talked about. Like they're kind of under the radar, which is kind of weird. I mean, they won what, 3 championships?
Yeah, got the best shooter on their team.
And what I mean, Steph has been amazing. Steph dropped 45 the other night. Clay's not even back yet. So when he comes back, they'll probably, I mean, I'm sure they'll get more pub when he comes back. But yeah. Oh, somebody else. Okay, did you know Malik Monk is on the Lakers? The Arkansas
So he's on the Warriors, right?
pretty sure he's on the Lakers.
No. Oh, Malik.
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were talking about freaking
Somebody besides
it.
Malik Monk.
Yeah, somebody besides Malik Monk. He just got drafted there from the Razorbacks.
Oh, you're I know who you're talking about now. Drunk like on his name. He was our best player. He was our best player last year.
Yeah.
He wasn't so good. He wasn't so good in the tourney, but he was yeah, he was the best player.
Uh-huh.
Well, now that
Yeah, but I was thinking of him, but
yeah, Malik Monk is on the Lakers. I mean, he's not really done anything, but now I gotta Google who that is.
Moses Moody.
Moses Moody. There you go.
Moses Moody Moses. Remember on the NBA draft?
Yeah. Was that Perkins that did that? Kendrick Perkins?
Yeah. Man, they had a field day with that crap.
He was a good sport about it, though.
Yeah, he just kept going and kept trying. And man,
yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh, man.
All right, so no score change in the baseball game, but in college, of course, there was a big upset. The 14 overtime game or whatever it was, which I don't like I didn't see the game, but I don't like the rule, and I don't like that we're going to call it 19 overtimes or whatever it ended up being.
Just
trading 2-point conversions. College overtime was my favorite overtime, and now I don't know, they found a way to ruin it a little bit.
I think they should maybe bring out a basketball goal that's set on the goalpost, and then they can just shoot free throws to decide the game.
And have
first one to miss loses.
Have the lineman do it. Like just the lineman.
How about the kickers? Something telling me the kickers ain't gonna be good at shooting the basketball.
But I feel like the lineman would just be funnier.
No, you get the lineman to kick field goals. That's always pretty funny.
I think we should have the fat guys do both.
How about they should just reverse everybody and have all the backs play lineman position and all the linemen play back positions and see how far you can get with that.
Now, are we talking like offensive linemen? Because some of those defensive linemen
everybody does a full reverse. Like your defense has to do it and your offense has to do it.
That could be uglier than some high school football games, though, I would think.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. The new overtime rule, I mean, I get what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to expedite the game a little bit and, all about player safety, less plays, less
just less overtime.
Injured, but yeah, less overtime too. But man, just going straight off for 2. I mean, I thought that was the whole reason. Hey, just wait until you score a touchdown and then go for 2. Let's see if you can actually get there instead of just saying, "Oh, we think you can get there. Just go ahead and go for 2." I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're switching it up, obviously, so it's gonna look different. But
I mean, it was entertaining, I guess. But It's almost like nobody wanted to win that game. I mean, 9 overtimes and the final score is freaking 20-18. Are you kidding?
Yeah, it just sounds weird.
9 overtimes plus 4 full quarters of play.
Yeah, it was
And
like
you
this.
can't even put up 3 freaking touchdowns. Are you serious?
It was like this. It was like the semifinal state tournament basketball game when I was a reporter. It was like the final score was like 29-27 in overtime. And I was like, wait, what? Like, and they were both like defensive studs. Like the team that actually came out of that ended up winning it all, beating our alma mater, by the way. But it was but still it just looked funny. 29-27 in OT. Like really? But I don't know. I liked it the way it was before, but I can understand why they changed it. But still, it's I don't know that this is the solution, or maybe
Yeah,
that's just
shout
a
out.
fluke.
Yeah, shout out to Bert, man. He got it done. Got off the upset, man. But
I mean, he's had a couple of
yeah,
those this year, hasn't he?
they had one at the beginning of the season. I mean, I don't know how big of an upset it is looking back on it.
Who was it?
It's I can't even tell you. Um, but yeah, what's the crazy thing? Crazy little stat I seen today was college coaches with the most offensive linemen drafted first round in the NFL, and it was like Nick Saban at 7 or 8, and Bielema like one below him. It's like, oh, he's in a category with Saban. Who would have thought?
How long ago is this dated back though?
I guess
Like,
why the whole time I've been head coach.
okay, yeah, I can say Wisconsin. Yeah, you could have done that. At Arkansas, no.
No.
That turned into a shit show real fast.
Yeah,
I mean,
as soon as Pittman left.
as soon as Pittman left, it was all downhill. It was pretty much over at that point. But even when we didn't know it yet, it was pretty much over then. But yeah, good for him, I guess. He's back in his conference where his style can work a little better. But I mean, I don't see him
Yep.
doing big things at Illinois. He'll probably be there for 4 or 5 years, and then they'll get the same result, and then can him.
I don't know. I mean, is there a whole lot of pressure at Illinois to be good?
I mean, they fired Lovey Smith. They let him go, and
Yeah.
that guy got to the Super Bowl in Chicago. So
Hey, I got to meet that guy at Slim Chickens. He came in. They were having a draft, one of the draft days, or one of the scout days, or whatever. Pro days is what they call them.
there
And
you
yeah,
go.
Lovey Smith and I don't know if it was Barry Switzer with him that time, but Barry Switzer came in. I got to put on a Super Bowl ring.
Barry Switzer, why was he there?
To get Slim Chickens, man. It was for another pro day, a different year.
Who was he
Or
with?
he might have been in town talking for a touchdown club or something.
Okay,
Huh?
I was like, what was I was like, who was he with? Like he hadn't been coaching since pro
No,
football
but
since
yeah,
the mid '90s.
They have all kinds of crap for the athletes that they don't tell us general people about. At that time, the general students and crap. But yeah, I got to meet some
non-priority scum.
Yeah, I got to meet some cool people. But
well, cool.
You're so impressed. I can see it. Cool. Yeah.
I sat next to Jeff Long at the SEC women's basketball tournament when I was a reporter.
You knew Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah. He sounds just like he does on TV. I feel like that's a hard impression to do, so I don't even want to attempt it. Like, but
they might as well.
What would I even say though? I mean, just like have a shaky water bottle as I talk. Like, what? I mean, what do I even do? Talking about his press conference, he doesn't have disability.
You don't want to shake up that root beer.
No, I mean it's pretty low. I put a pretty good dent in it, but no, yeah, he sat next to me. And I said something to him. I was like, I just said, so while you're here, why is it that the women's basketball team only has like 7 players? And he gave me the reason why, and I was like, I mean, I guess that makes sense, but still kind of goofy. But anyway, uh, I don't know. That was a fun tournament to cover, though.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
But you had some pretty kick-ass seats for that too.
yeah, courtside. So yeah, that's pretty dope. That's why he wanted to come sit by me. He's like, is that because it said like the, the paper that was supposed to be sitting there that was reserved for, and they weren't coming. Their game wasn't on the schedule yet for the day. So he says, is it cool if I'm with this, paper? And I was like, yeah, sure, have a seat. Yeah, and we sat there and watched the game. But that was the one thing I said to him, and I guess that irked him that I asked him a question, because then he after the half he went and sat, or when in the second half he went and sat somewhere else. So I guess he didn't like that I asked him a simple question. But and I just looked at his conversation. I was like, "You're not on the record. I just want to know, like, why is it that we have this Division One women's basketball team that only has like 7 players on it? Seems a little goofy to me." But it was like a switch. They had changed coaches. They had Dykes back then, and it just coaching transition. Not all the players liked it, so some transferred. Made sense, but at the same time, I was like, well, I feel like you could have gotten some more.
No.
But okay. So, what's he doing these days? Not that he obviously doesn't talk to me. He switched seats on me, so I can't get in touch with what he's doing these days. But
So I'll leave that one up to you. Let that be your mystery to solve.
is there another state or school with the name Kansas in it that he can, or that ends in SAS, that he can go to and be the AD of? Because he went from Arkansas to Kansas. So
He's not at Kansas though, is he?
no,
He went out
fired.
he went out with the old Les Miles thing, right?
Yeah, which I get. I mean, I guess there was legitimate talk that he was thinking about bringing Les to Arkansas during that time, which would have been so.
Oh, could you imagine we go from freaking motorcycle accident to that guy? I mean,
And he would have been gone. Like, I mean, he would have been fired. That wouldn't have worked. And he was just doing it to get a pay bump at LSU. So
say, hey, you gonna pay me to eat grass and run it up the middle? No, I'm not gonna pay you to do that.
Do that little goofy little pitch that they do, like that handoff.
Yeah, you want me to turn around and toss it 7 yards in the backfield? Because that makes complete sense.
It's not even 7. It's like a 2-yard pitch, like if that. It's basically a handoff that's a pitch.
In my eyes, it looks like it. I mean, it might as well be 10 yards. He's tossing it back there. I mean, it makes no sense.
I mean, they may do that too, but I mean, you know what I'm talking about. He'll like turn, instead of handing it off, he like pitches it. It's like a quick little pitch. Like it doesn't spin or nothing. It's just
yeah.
I don't know. It was unique, but just seemed a little unnecessary too. But
just a little bit, yeah.
And now we're talking.
It's 4th and 1, and you're tossing it 5 yards in the backfield. So
yeah.
But Fournette usually got the first down, so
usually, which he's looking like a beast.
Oh, dude, he's fine. That's what I was gonna say earlier. He's coming into his role on that team. Yeah. He showed up and he's like, "Nah, get out of here, Rojo. This is my job. You drop the pass. You go over there and sit on the bench. My team." Friggin'.
He had a pretty
Giovanni, get back over there. This is my team.
I like that he went back to 7.
Yeah.
Because wasn't he 28 last year?
Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah, I like that he went back to 7. Who was 7 last year? Like a backup quarterback or something?
I don't know.
I mean, Blaine Gabbert was still on the team last year, right? And he wasn't 7.
I don't know.
Well, all right. All right. So what are we missing? Are we missing anything?
Hey, Clemson lost again. Oklahoma almost lost again.
Oklahoma has survived.
Yeah.
They've
So I'm saying
survived all year. They keep
they
winning.
barely won again. Yeah.
They keep winning though. I mean, they're going to get
if you would've-
smoked if
yeah.
they get into the playoffs. Like
If you
whoever
would've
they
told
play.
me, yeah, if you would have told me after the first 2 weeks, after watching them play, that they were still ranked high,
they would
this
still
far
be
into the season,
unbeaten.
and I'd be like, you got to be shitting me.
Yeah, I would have been
There's
like
no way.
bullshit. But they don't know who. I mean, I guess they know who their quarterback's going to be. They're going to stick with this.
Oh,
backup
dude,
guy.
did you see where Rattler already removed QB for Oklahoma off of his Twitter bio? Like, that dude's already like halfway in the transfer portal.
I mean, can you really blame him though? Like,
No.
so many people are like, you be a team player and all that. It's like, well, if I'm riding the pine, it's hard for me to be a team player if I'm not playing.
Yeah, man. Like, he had a lot of pressure on him. He had 2 freaking Heisman Trophy winners be there right before him, and he was supposed to fill in for them. I mean, yeah, everybody's seen that downfall coming. Well, I wouldn't say everybody. I did, of course.
I mean,
I am
Jalen did
fortune
pretty
teller.
good in that role. Jalen Hurts got drafted and is starting for an NFL team because of what he did in his 1 year at Oklahoma. So, if anybody can turn a quarterback around, it's Lincoln Riley, at least playing in that conference. But no, he doesn't look like the real deal there in Norman. But
Yeah. Wonder where he'll
Oklahoma,
go to next, though.
somewhere. I mean, it won't be I don't think it would be a big school, would it? If you can't do it at Oklahoma, where else are you going to do it?
Might transfer to like Mizzou or somewhere. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, they might take him. Not that difficult to be starting quarterback there right now. But
see, what else? Bama cruises past Tennessee.
they didn't look that good for a while.
Yeah,
Bama didn't look that good for a while.
Oh, they looked mortal there for about 3 quarters, man.
I would say they did not look that good. I don't think they can beat Georgia.
No,
I don't.
Not after how they played against Tennessee.
I don't think Georgia will rout them. I don't think Georgia's going to just embarrass them. But I could see them winning by 10 or 14.
Yeah, I can see them winning by 14, man. If Bama can't score on them, yeah.
Because Georgia looked. Georgia was neck and neck with Clemson in week 1. Now, granted, we all still thought Clemson was Clemson, even though they didn't have Lawrence, Etienne, all these studs. I mean, it was still Clemson. They still had that Clemson kind of hype, but so I can understand why it was, and they still got a stout defense, so I can understand why it was so competitive. But I'm not gonna say they're unbeatable, but they're the best team in football right now. I don't see anybody on their level. If anybody is, it's Alabama, but Georgia's the favorite going into that.
It's Alabama's got to play better than they did last weekend. That's for sure.
Because Tennessee, I know that that's a rivalry for them, but Tennessee is not that good, and they haven't been for a significant amount of time now.
Nope.
So,
yeah, let's see who else played. Ole Miss and LSU. Ole Miss. Yeah, look good.
What is Halloween on Sunday?
If it is, I It means I got to go trick or treating on Saturday. I mean,
Going trick or treating.
no, I'm not going trick or treating. Yeah, I mean, the 31st is Sunday.
Okay. So we got a bunch of NFL games on Halloween. Is there a big? What's the big game Sunday? We clearly do our research here.
They say there wasn't a whole lot of games that jumped off the page to me. There was Dallas and Minnesota. Man, that should be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, the big game is Thursday. The big game is Thursday.
Yeah, you're getting it all at the start of the week, man, with the Cardinals and the Packers.
That's the game I'm most intrigued by. I'm sure there'll be some good games Sunday, but that's the one on paper that you're like, that's the one I want to see.
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot. There's let's see, Bears, Niners, Jets, Bengals.
I'll pass. I'm intrigued Bills, by the Dolphins. Bengals, but that should be easy.
They're playing the Jets, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That should be easy.
I just like
watching Joe Burrow. So
that's like playing Chase. Whatever defense is playing against the Jets that week.
Yeah, that's smart.
Bills and Dolphins. Then the Lions, Eagles, Panthers, Falcons, Rams, Texans, Titans, Colts. That could be a good one. And Jags, Seahawks, Chargers, Patriots, Bucks and Saints, and the
Did you say Bucks and
football
Saints?
Broncos. Yeah.
A little bit of lag, but we'll get through it.
What it sound like? Ucks and Saints.
It sound like Uggs.
It's
our sound effects.
Yeah. And then Monday Night Football is, of course, the Chiefs Giants. Like we said, it could be entertaining. It probably will. Danny Dimes will probably go off. He'll probably do another one-handed catch, one-handed grab, looking like Odell Beckham or something.
I mean, they actually won the game Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good for them. They got a dub. Because he'll put up all these numbers, but they'll, lose by 3 touchdowns. So they at least got to win here. So
he's weird, man. Like whenever I'd start him in fantasy, he'd put up 30 points in a loss, and then he'd start him the next week and he puts up 12 points in a win. Like it makes no sense.
Yeah, that's the thing. I dropped him just because he's too inconsistent for me. Not that I'm lighting it up with whoever I put in his place. But
yeah,
that whole strategy of drafting a quarterback late usually works, but it's backfired on me this year. It'd be like that sometimes. Well, with it being Halloween, what's the greatest horror movie of all time? There's only one right answer, but
does it share the same name as the holiday?
Yes. The original Halloween's the GOAT. I mean, it's got to be.
Yeah. Pretty good. Have you seen? Is the new one out yet?
Oh yeah, I've not seen it yet. I'm trying to get somebody to go watch it with me, but
are you scared?
I want to be. I mean, the trailer.
Watch it by myself. It's dark.
Have you seen the trailer? It looks dope.
In the theater.
Michael Myers is just killing everybody. He takes like the freaking what is it? People that are in a car wreck and they get the giant saw to they call it something.
Jaws of Death.
Something
Jaws
like
of
that.
Life. Jaws of Life. I went in the opposite direction. But yes, it's Jaws of.
Well, it's the Jaws of Death in the Halloween movie. He takes one of those that the fireman has, takes it from him, and just cuts through the guy's face like it's in the preview. So I mean, it looks freaking dope. I mean, he goes ham on everybody. So, and they're already got another one set to come out next year. It's titled Halloween Ends.
So he's obviously not dying in this one then.
No, I mean it's Michael Myers. You can't kill him. But that's the thing. The next one is titled Halloween Ends. and Jamie Lee is just, you know, grandma now. So this has got to be her last one, the next one. So they might, and plus it's like, how old is he gonna stay? I mean, I
Are
think it would
we are
make
we
sense to.
expecting? Yeah, are we expecting a 75-year-old Mike Myers to be moving around that swiftly?
Well, he's never
No.
moved around swiftly.
But he gets there somehow that fast.
When he was
Man.
21, he didn't move around swiftly.
I know, but we're still expecting him to get there in the same amount of time. We're still expecting him not to lose a step in this all these years. He hasn't lost a single step.
I feel like when you go that slow and you're Michael Myers tough anyway, you're just I mean, the dude was set ablaze in Halloween 2 and came back he took one movie off and then realized, okay, the franchise needs me because Halloween 3 is
that
the
movie was
worst
terrible.
movie ever made. That was the worst. And they got like a freaking following on Twitter, like Halloween 3, like, oh, it's a great movie. I'm like, that's the worst movie ever made.
Nah, man.
Like, I mean, shout out to Deborah Hill for, co-creating Halloween, but I was just not a fan of the third one. It's not the worst horror movie ever made. It's the worst movie ever made.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Russell Tate's Jetty versus Freyson beats that one.
What you mean, like as in better or not?
Yeah, it has to be better than that piece of crap movie. But yeah, the whole.
I thought Freddy versus Jason was kind of fun though.
It was, but
what was predictable.
Even better is that Russell couldn't pronounce the title of the movie correctly.
That wasn't Russell though. That was Halford.
No, I thought it was Russell.
No, it was Halford. I was there. I was standing next to Halford when he said it.
Speaking of Halford, yeah, what is that guy doing?
Saw him at the airport.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, a few years ago. About 3 or 4 years ago. And yeah, he's just working at Dillard's, and he like travels and like sets up to like new location or new stores, and like tells them how to set up their areas, I guess. I don't know. That's how he described it to me. But I didn't recognize it. Like, it took me a second to recognize him, and it took him a second to recognize me.
He still have hair?
Still got hair. Yeah, he still got hair. Just yeah, I mean, just
you ain't seen the guy in like 8 years. It's gonna take some time to recognize him.
Oh yeah. And so I mean, he did it with me. I don't have hair, so it's that was the thing with me. And
yeah,
but yeah, he's the same guy, just like he's the exact same guy, just like loud and vibrant and all that shit. Just looks older.
Yeah.
It was I was like, well, cool. I was like, good to know you're still alive, buddy.
Yeah,
and he did the whole thing, like, and we did the whole thing, like, hey, you still got the name, number, and all that, and like we both knew we weren't gonna like contact each other. Like we both knew it.
Is this your number that I'm not gonna call? Yeah, it
yeah.
is.
He's like, hey, you still got the same number? I was like, yeah, it's the same number. Like, I know you're not gonna call me or text me, but I mean, we can pretend like we are for a second, but. Like, that was going through my mind as it was happening. I was like, yeah, I'll give you my number. You're not gonna call it ever or text me, but all right, sure. But anyway, so yeah, Halloween's got to be the GOAT. From the corny lines to the creepy lighting. Like, see, that's the thing. It's so low budget that just it worked for the camera in '78. Because like outside, you just see this, like, you see a house, a little bit of light, and the shadowy, creepy ass dude, that's coming to kill you. And you don't know anything about him. He doesn't talk. You can't hurt him. And like, I even like the corny stuff about it though. Like the in the opening scene where Judith gets killed. She's like, Michael, and then just and then he like, and then for whatever reason, it makes no sense, but you got to do it for the camera. It's his POV, killing her, and then for whatever reason, the camera looks up. It's supposed to be from his perspective. Like, who's going to look at themselves doing this while they're stabbing somebody to death for the first time? A 6-year-old kid. Like this time I'm going to stab my sister to death. But
Michael.
and then Michael, and then and then just the looking up, and then of course the infamous clothes hanger to the eyeball in the closet.
Yeah.
And then and then Jamie Lee stabbing him with something 3 or 4 times, and then immediately dropping it, the thing she stabbed him with, and then getting nearly killed 2 minutes later. It's like, learn the first couple of times, fool me once, shame on you, but fool me 16 times, at some point it's on me. But yeah, from the corny dialogue, the goofy stuff like that, I think it makes it even better.
But so the old doctor guy, he's dead, right? He finally died at some point.
Like the actor?
Yeah.
Oh, he died.
Well, I'm talking about in the movie. Like, at what movie did he die in? Because for a while there, it was almost like he was like Michael Myers. He's just like never died. Like,
no, he was the same way.
Shot and freaking and do all kinds of crap. He got thrown out of a window, and he still didn't die. Like,
well, he blew them both up in the second one and somehow survived that. Yeah, he somehow survived that. But it's Loomis, man. I mean, you gotta have, if you're gonna have, I don't know. He's such a. If you're not gonna have Jamie Lee in it, you gotta have Loomis. Otherwise, who's it gonna be about?
Now, is that old man still alive?
No.
Okay. Because that was going to be a really big shocker to me.
No, he died in like 96, like right after the one with Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd was in.
Yes,
he was. Remember Paul Rudd being in Halloween?
Well, because
that's the one with like Busta Rhymes and.
No, that was 2002. That was an awful movie. That was so bad.
Oh yeah,
that was almost Halloween 3 bad.
Was that H2O?
No, I thought
was that Halloween
H2O
water?
wasn't bad. Halloween Water wasn't that bad, I thought. It was after. It was like 2 years later though. Resurrection. Yeah, and it came on AMC, and I watched some of it, and I was like, God, I remember how bad this is. Like, it was bad. Yeah, it was really bad. But Halloween Water wasn't that bad, I thought. But yeah, Resurrection 3 is the worst movie ever made. But I don't know, the original Halloween's the go, but I am gonna go see Halloween Kills this week. I'm going before the weekend. I'm not going on the weekend. And if I do get stuck to where I'm going on the weekend, it's going to be early in the morning, so I don't have to be around people. So anyway, it's going to be lit. I'm looking forward to it.
Good plan. Yeah, we covered all the sport topics and related stuff.
We did, as far as I know. I mean, it's freaking Halloween.
And we covered Halloween.
We're covering some Halloween. Okay, so yeah, that. Okay, what's the worst horror movie you've ever seen?
Dude, what was that one that we watched? Like whenever we were like 13 or 14 with the guy killing people wearing the duck mask. That one was terrible.
And I was like, I know what you're gonna say before you even describe it to me.
Dude. Yeah, that was god awful. That was like what, early 70s?
New York Ripper is the name of it.
New York, you actually remember it.
I remember the name. New York Ripper.
I remember the one scene where the guy took the scalpel and it's right through the
chick's nipple.
Yeah, the teat.
Teat. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever forget that. I just like.
No.
All right, so backstory to
Wait,
our massive
stabbing and
following.
quacking, right?
Yeah, yeah, he. All right, so quick backstory. So what we would do as young people growing up in Lone Oak, Arkansas, there wasn't a whole lot to do. So we would spend the night at each other's houses. There'd be, a handful of us at a time doing this, and we would go to the local video store, Tidal Wave usually. Shout out to Tidal Wave.
Not away.
May they rest in peace. But we would just go rent just a bunch of horror movies, and oftentimes like purposely pick just ones, either ones we haven't seen or the dumbest looking ones they had, and we would watch them and basically just get a kick out of it. But yeah, this cat and the killer in New York Ripper would just go around and he would quack as he stabbed people like to death. He would kill people and quack it like wank, 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 as he's killing people. So that one, yeah, that was pretty bad. That's got to be probably. I still don't think it was as bad as Halloween 3. I still don't think it was as bad as Halloween 3. I watched Hellraiser for the first time last year because I grew up seeing pictures of Pinhead and.
You did. Oh yeah, I did the same story, man. Last year, and
So
I
I
was
feel like
disappointed.
yeah, it's like I feel like I should see this because I've seen him in video stores my whole life, and all my like
Letting the
older
poster scare you the whole since
all
you were
my
a kid.
older cousins would talk about seeing it, and so I finally caved and watched it. I didn't think the first one was that bad, but I mean I wasn't like impressed. I wasn't like, oh, I want to watch that again. But did you watch the second one?
No.
All right. So I got to the part where it's this just gruesome scene. This like mental patient is like clawing his self open, like he's scratching and he's like something's wrong, and he's just clawing at himself until he's like breaking skin and getting under it and all this, and then like the gal from underneath like comes out, like the blood type of half body that you see in the first one comes out and is like ripping into him as well, and like sucking into his whatever, however she becomes more human, starts, and it's just this gross gruesome scene. She's got titties but doesn't have like skin over them. It's just weird. Like she still had boobs but no skin, like the nipples and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is just like, this is gross and weird, and I just had to turn it off. Like if it's, I got a pretty strong stomach, but that was even, I was like, this is too much for me. Like if it's scary, I'm into it. Like if the story's good, halfway decent, and you can intrigue me and thrill me, then it's a dope movie. That's the thing. First Halloween had no blood, like no blood in it, but like zero blood was in the whole movie. It's my favorite horror movie ever. But if you're just getting like the Saw movies or something like that, where you're just trying to gross me out or gore me out, you're gonna lose me. Like yeah, so, and that's what that was, and I just had to turn. I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna turn it off, and we're not gonna do that. So
Yeah, Atlanta just scored again.
back to sports.
Yeah, speaking of sports,
it's fine to go off topic a little bit.
Speaking of old horror movies,
it's our show. We'll do whatever the hell we want.
Man, what was it? Another one kind of like Hellraiser that you kind of seeing a couple of movies
Growing
come out
up.
within a couple of years. Yeah. Was that Lawnmower Man?
Oh,
you ever watch Lawnmower Man?
I never watched it.
Me neither.
But I saw the posters in the video stores. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked crazy. And the whole time as a kid, I'm just like, well, how can a guy mowing your yard be that scary? I don't get it. But maybe one day I'll go back and watch it.
So you haven't watched it? I thought you were going to say you've watched it.
No, I have not.
Okay.
But yeah, because I'm pretty sure they came out with a second one. I mean,
I think they
course,
did. Yeah.
I think every horror movie comes out with at least a second movie. I mean, even
It's
the
kind of
Blair Witch
impressive.
Project. Yeah, Blair Witch had a prequel and a sequel, and
Blair Witch has had several at this point.
yeah, the cult classics like Army of Darkness and
Yeah, Evil Dead. Yeah.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead's pretty. I don't know. That's pretty fun.
I liked it, man.
Like it's entertaining. Yeah, it's pretty entertaining.
The new have you seen the series or the one that came out like a couple of years ago? It was like a Showtime series.
No, I saw the Evil Dead remake.
Well, it's a remake, but it's a series.
Well, I'm saying I saw the Evil Dead movie remake. I did not see the series. No.
Oh,
I know what you're talking about. I've not seen it.
But yeah, dude, that was some of the most goriest stuff I've seen.
It's like funny gory.
It was like over the top. Yeah, over the top.
Yeah, it's like funny gory. Like, I mean, yeah, Bruce Campbell's like got a personality about it and stuff like that.
The top B movie actor of all time. I mean,
yeah, I mean he's got to be, right. Did you ever see Bubba? Did you ever see Bubba Hotep?
Yeah, dude. I've seen it a couple of times.
That's an underrated movie, man.
That's all. Yeah,
I might go watch that again at some point. Just to go warts on my pecker.
Pretty good one.
Well, I care. I got warts on my pecker.
Is that wart gone? Is that wart away? Is the wart come back again?
Or warts on my pecker.
And the old guy thinks that he's Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, right?
Yeah. I don't remember a whole lot about the movie because it was like 2004 when I last saw it. But I just remember laughing really hard when he said, "Well, I got warts on my pecker." And
I'm pretty sure I've seen it twice in the last year, just on TV.
Where on TV?
On, I don't know,
like
one of the 7 channels that I get.
I was like, what is showing Bubba Hotep?
I know what was showing it. Some TV station called This, I want to say.
Called This?
This TV. Like, never heard of it before.
Okay. Yeah.
And it comes on, and it's weird. But it'll show, sometimes it'll have good movies like that come on every now and then.
Oh, right on. I don't know where I'll be able to find Bubba Hotep. Maybe on some streaming thing, possibly, or YouTube. It's probably on YouTube.
You probably buy that DVD for a couple of $1 or $2. Would you like to buy some DVDs?
Buy some DVDs? How about the Blu-ray?
We even have 4K.
4K Ultra compatible. All right, we've gotten about as stupid as we can get tonight, I think.
Man, how long did we go for?
Yeah, a while. the horror
over an hour and a half. Yeah, we've got
all right.
Hour 45 minutes with like 40 minutes of movie talk. And Halloween.
There you go. Bonus footage. I mean, Halloween comes around once a year. It's my favorite holiday. What's your Halloween's your favorite?
Yeah.
Think about it now. I'm gonna say
I don't know, 4th of July, man. I like blowing stuff up.
Yeah. I mean, Christmas is
Valentine's
Valentine's
and Christmas are too expensive.
See, my family decided, like, hey, let's just get shit for the kids, and just like, hey, we see each other. Like, that's the thing. Like, we decided to do that like a year or two ago, which was the best idea, because now I don't have to go shopping. I'll be like, okay, what does Haley need? What does Caden need? All right, and then I go get it, and then like, might get my grandma a card or something.
Yeah, I worry about my nieces and nephew, and that's about it. And I might throw my parents like some money or something.
But that was the thing. My family was like, let's just get stuff for the kids, and that way there's no like pressure or anything like that, or
Oh,
get it
well,
take
my
time.
family loves me, Graham, but
Well, I don't blame them for. I mean, I'm a very difficult person to shop for. I just go get what I want, and then whatever I get from people, I usually like it. Usually ends up at Goodwill. So
so yeah. So your niece don't want to get her beau anything for Christmas. You just,
well, I'm sure. I don't even know. I don't even know if she has gotten me. I think maybe she has. I like the stuff she's made for me, like in the past. Like I've got these like pictures she's drawn. Like here, I made this
no.
for you. Like that meant more to me. Like
No.
I'll hang on to something like that. I don't hang on to stuff. I've gotten to where I just like I get rid of. I just get rid of things because I was like I don't want a whole bunch of crap. You know, like I just don't want stuff to pile up. Like even Chicago, like Margie, she's a hoarder basically. She wanted me to like keep my thermal blanket, my Chicago Marathon thermal blanket, and I'm like, it's a thermal blanket. It's a
Be good for camping gear, but yeah, it's not.
when am I going to go camping?
I don't know.
And
You probably could have used it when you got lost in the woods at one time.
yeah, but I don't plan on getting lost in the woods like anytime soon. So
That and a freaking space blanket don't take up any room. And it fold down into like the size of a napkin.
kinda, yeah, but I still don't. I mean, I still don't plan to use it. So if I'm that's the point. If I'm not going to use it, then what's the point? I've got a coffee mug, a Chicago Marathon coffee mug. I've got my medal, I've got my bib, I got my shirt, and I got a poster. What else do I need?
A
Exactly.
scarf, a snow globe.
Too hot, too hot natured for both of
Uh,
those. I'll melt the snow globe.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll melt the snow globe.
I will melt it. Yes. Too hot natured. Not hot. I'm not good looking. I'm just hot natured. Like I'm like a 4 on a good day. And my personality is like a 4.5. But I'm a total catch.
Being pretty generous to yourself.
I know, right? You gotta have self-confidence, even if it's fake sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like Ali. He said he was calling himself I'm comparing myself to Muhammad Ali. He said he was calling himself the greatest before he even knew he was. So I'm a 4 and 4.5 personality. There you go.
Yeah. That probably put me like a 2.5 to 3.
So you're saying
Then I'll wait for the curve to just like bring me up to passing a little bit.
so you're saying I'm better looking is what you're saying. You're going
I
on
thought
the
we were talking
record.
about personality.
So you're saying I got a better personality too.
I don't know. Yeah. Sorry, as a fly.
Are you apologizing to me or the fly or the audience? Or you just
I was
waving?
apologizing to the audience. Obviously, I don't
You're
care.
just waving.
I don't give a shit about you. Yeah, I'm not gonna apologize to you.
I would. I don't even apologize.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think about myself like that. So I don't know. I don't know what my personality is. It's well enough to where people like being around me. So, or
I'm
at
like
least they don't.
I'm like
I
the
don't know.
third funniest guy I know. So I think that's pretty good. It's top 5.
Wow. You got 5 friends? I don't. I don't have 5.
I didn't say friends. I said people I know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like don't know. I don't have that many friends. I don't want that many friends.
No.
I mean, even you're a freaking you're the person that calls rather than text. Like you'll call before texting. I'm like, couldn't you just have texted that?
Probably.
Like I hate talking on the phone, even to
And
people I like.
I'm too lazy to text, man. I only
I
have to
literally
hit
have
one. I have to hit one button to call you. I have
Yeah,
to
but
hit multiple to text.
but then I got to put it to my ear. I got to use my mouth.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
And if I haven't eaten, I'm bitchy. It's just a lot easier to like, oh, one or two. Like this one gal friend of mine, she like sends me these paragraph text, and I like read like the last couple of sentences, and I'm like, yep. Like I mean, I
But
straight up
but
tell
would
her
you
I'm
rather
doing that.
have would you rather have the paragraph text or the half sentences to just one sentence like rapid? Like
Now, if it's a lengthy conversation, like if it's something that requires a lot of info, then definitely call me. But send me something in advance letting me know that you got to tell me that info. Like, hey, I got a lot to, we got a bunch to talk, like not a like creepy way of doing like, hey, we got to talk, you know,
I'll
because
just
then
yeah.
I just learned to be like, if somebody sends me that, I'll be like, yeah, you're right, we do have to talk. Just so now we're both nervous.
Yes, we do have to have a talk. Yeah.
I say it with like in all caps kind of tone though, like, oh yeah, we do have to talk. You right. Just so like now we're both nervous. Like I
So
don't know
what
what
I'm
they're
hearing
talking about, but
so what I'm hearing is I need to start FaceTiming you instead of calling or texting.
no, you can call, but if it's something like if it's like a lot of info that has to be said, just be like
Yeah.
text me like, hey, let me call you real quick. It'd be easier to talk about it rather than let me call him just out of the blue. Because then I don't know what we're talking about. I have no idea what I'm getting into. I could be getting invited to a social gathering I don't want to go to. It could be something devastating that I don't know about. Like, hey, like I don't know if there's like a death or something, maybe it's best to call. Fortunately, I haven't because I've gotten those calls.
Yeah, those suck.
Yeah,
But
but
I'd much
most of them
rather
are
get a
expected.
call than a text because text you'd have to. I mean, I've never gotten one through a text, but I would think you'd have to see that text more than once, and it would just keep. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That got dark in a hurry.
Yeah, I did. I
But
was like, I don't even know why I'm thinking about this. So we'll
yeah,
go back and edit this out if we can, which we can't. So just yeah.
we could, but we're not going to. It's 11 o'clock at night, and yeah, I want to have a couple beers and then go to sleep. So, on that note, we'll probably get off of here now. But this is the conclusion of episode 5 of Shoe Booty Sports, how World Series and Halloween edition. We'll probably make that the title.
Yeah, World Series Halloween edition.
We'll yeah, there you go. But yeah, till next time. All right.
Shibuya Sports.
Shoe Booty Sports.
Rhino Racing.
Let's
Frosty Ruby.
see if I can. Yeah. Thank you to our sponsors, Rhino Races, and possibly a potential sponsor, Frosty Diet Root Beer.
Maybe Tyler's. Oh,
They maybe they only had the diet at the Harps, which I'm glad because that's the one I want.
I meant to go buy one, but I was just not in the mood for any kind of a soda, so I didn't go get one.
Makes sense. I was
Next week,
halfway
it's on the
there.
agenda, along with get internet. It's on my to-do list.
That's been on the to-do list for 6 weeks, but maybe by week 7 we won't have lag. All right. Till next time, folks. She thick.